Hello and welcome. We're looking for homes around the country, and this time it is Rhode Island, the Ocean State. It is known as the Ocean State because for its size, it has so much connection to the ocean. It's just 37 miles wide and 48 miles long, but yet it has 400 miles of shoreline. And it's also the smallest state, but yet population-wise, it's only the 45th smallest. So here we go. Okay, so first off, and who wouldn't want to live on Johnnycake Lane? I mean, come on, that's just awesome right there. So we kind of zoom in a little bit, and it's just in here by Portsmouth. And so this house, actually in Portsmouth, it just has a great view of its bay, and it's got its own swimming pool. You can get down to the water, but then it's kind of rocky shores on the inside. It's kind of a coastal light area inside to it. Nothing too special, but a good start off to things. So that's house number one. Moving on is this one, and this one is also located in that same area, just a little bit north of the previous one. And this one had a longer dock to it, but it was kind of right up to the $2 million range that we like to go for. But it's a longer dock that could be used for bigger boats, and which was interesting. It had this kind of big beam right in the middle of here, kind of just to symbolize a tree, I suppose. But you can tell that they kept up with the interior, and it's a little bit segmented, kind of old school, so it's not terribly open. But it was a good house. You know, a lot of these, the water access, since it is the Ocean State, you know, you got to have access to the water in some way, shape, or form. Moving on. So this one I just kind of threw in because there's a couple instances of these, and especially more inland, of just it's bad, but I just call these the McMansion. These are big, glorious houses, and this is just inland, just a little bit. But you know, with it's only 30 some miles wide, you're never too far from the ocean. But still, it's a wonderful house. There's nothing wrong with it. It's absolutely fabulous. I'm sure if you saw it in person, you'd love it. It's just, it could be anywhere. You know, it's the anywhere house. It's not really a style that you would associate with Maine, and the location is just kind of there. I mean, it's just huge. It'd be wonderful to live in. But it's just kind of not a whole lot special other than the wood flooring. So, great. This was interesting. The Matrix exercise room, just everything stark white. It was very interesting. I guess you get your zen on when you white out everything. So that was the kind of the interesting part. But just, you know, a huge house, just to show you what you get for $1.52 million. Moving on, this was just kind of a funky house. I throw these in sometimes when they just look kind of different. So it was, you know, kind of down here in the southern portion of Rhode Island, and it was just an interesting design to it, with the whole triangle aspect. Moving on, it's just a very, you know, lived in. I don't know if the design really gets you anything. It's just in some of the rooms it's probably inconvenient. Like this might be okay. I don't know, you might be kind of banging your head. So in all these rooms, I think ultimately might be more inconvenient than the overall style of it. But just still neat. I think it has like 5 acres though. 4 acres, sorry. So yeah, you had some privacy, some wooded areas, so that'd be a nice little getaway. Moving on. So this one was located right by this bridge here, and it had good. The house itself wasn't terribly special, but it had great access to its own beach, and so that was cool. And the outside, they have like a little putting green too. I was hoping for a full miniature golf course, but they didn't go that far, so a little bit disappointed in that. But nice outdoor space. I think it had 3 acres, so definitely room in your privacy. So they had this furnace right here, which is kind of interesting. It's like they redid the kitchen area. Like I said, the interior was okay. The price point's pretty good, but I did like even though you have the busy road here, I like the access to the beach just right there. Again, the water is very big. This one I really like just because it was a grand old lady from 1811. So it's just a big old manor kind of located right there. So, again, as everywhere in Rhode Island, not too far from the water. I think they said it's it was an hour and a half to Boston from this house. So I mean, that's kind of a nice thing. You can have the small coastal community feel, and then in a short time be into the big city. So I like it when they turn on the water too, just to show you it's got running water. So that's always cracks me up. It's like when they turn on the fans just to show you our fans spin. So it's an older design, and it's a little compartmentalized, but I like the land of it, and I did like the look of it. And they had a koi pond and a private little cottage too. So you have like your own mini compound here, or guest quarters, or that'd be great for people coming to visit. And a small little horseshoe barn. So lots of fun. Moving on. This one was another not too far from the water. You're gonna hear me say that over and over again. So I don't think it's directly on, but it's fairly close. But the inside of this, again, it's like they had designers just come in and paint all the cabinets white. It's the first thing you do. See, those fans aren't spinning, so I have no idea if they work. So it's like it's been redone, it's been cared for. It has like this separate kind of pool room, not swimming pool, but pool table. So just with its own like little kind of bar area too over here. So moving on. So this one I just really liked it. It was way down here, so it's further away from Boston, but closer to New Haven and that direction. So that would kind of be the downside by it, but it had its own pool and hot tub, and it was just kind of like a whole place where the whole family could stay, because they had like total 9 bedrooms and 11 baths. So I think it actually had also a guest residence. So like here is just the guest house, so with a full kitchen in it too. So it just seemed kind of cozy, coastal cozy, we'll call it. Moving on, this one is usually I have to like scroll all over the state, but it's all right here. So way down here at the tip, and I believe there was a golf course nearby. Maybe that's the next one. But this had we'll kind of zoom in on this, and I like the updated old world charm of this. Again, the designers got a hold of it, but probably this was a good thing, because they're all trying to get the house sold, but they took a big chance on the kitchen, because it's like everything is this deep red wood, and I think it's all right. I don't know if I would pick it, but it doesn't bother me. And I think having the light countertops helps a lot. So let me try and scroll down because I thought there was something else, but that would be the big point. It's like you would either love or hate the kitchen, and it had also had a nice pool to it and a little mini pool house to go along, and good land. I think it had 5 acres, so definitely have your privacy. Custom built in 1987. And so my favorite one was this one because it kind of reminded me of a house on Long Island, and definitely had the coastal feel to it, and it kind of had the regalness. And when you see it, it just kind of looks like money, and it was very close to Providence, and then you could then traffic willing get up to Boston relatively easy. But definitely a day trip. So and obviously a big pool and a separate garage, and then it also had this separate house here. So it just was a wonderful compound living, for the family and our visitors or friends, and there was just lots of areas just to congregate or to have a party or whatever. And different. I don't think this is the main kitchen. All the white appliances kind of cracks me up. Just big, huge, old school bedrooms throughout. It just kind of goes on and on. And this is the little guest house. It's just very capable. And just a great view out to the water. And I love the porch. And it just the land was so nice. I think overall, I think this one had a smaller amount, just 2 acres, which I say just, but I think in addition to, was this the one that had? No. Okay. Never you mind on that. It was just great. And they had access to get down to the water. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed the Ocean State, and I hope you can get there too sometime. So take care.